What if you don't feel comfortable receiving things from other people? You have to remember that as much as you may enjoy giving to the world around you, you have to set yourself up to receive from the world around you. It is always a give and take. It's like a conversation. Life is like a conversation. You can't be the person always talking, always giving directions, always. You'll get burnt out. You'll get burnt out. You have to set up scenarios where you can now comfortably receive things from people. Need it be gifts? Need it be words of affirmation? Need it be physical touch? We know these love languages by Gary Chapman. Need it be, acts of service where people just hit you with the mindset that hit you with the mindset that if you connect, if you like, it's almost selfish. Let me just take it there. It's almost selfish when you are not allowing someone to bring something into your life. You can't always believe that you got it. You can't always take that perspective. You can't take that perspective that I got it. I am good. I got it. You have to remember that it's you taking the time out to open up bits of your life in a way that you can also receive to help make better bits of your life. See, we're here. We're here in this world, and it can't be just one way. Like I told someone last night that if you're the one that's always giving and you believe in your higher power, you're receiving the blessings for your giving. If you do not allow the other person to now give to you, you're missing out on stuff. You're missing out on these opportunities. You're missing out on allowing them to receive the blessing. Another person, the other person is worthy of getting blessed by their higher power. And if you don't allow people to give to you, if you don't allow, like, how would God, how would your higher power utilize people around you to bring things to you if you will not receive things from people? How else? God has no hands but our hands. He has no feet but our feet. No mouths but our mouths. You have to be able to receive things from people. You have to. And I told you from when I shared about my life situations that was a stumbling block for me. I grew up with the mindset that I got you. And maybe it was because I had money from a young age, but money doesn't help that situation. Money doesn't help when another person needs to be blessed, how much money you have. You have to set up scenarios where people can take care of you, because as time goes on and say you get older, you have been blessed with the gift to get older, you have to be able to teach the people how to take care of you. You can't be the I got it all the time. You start off relationships and you want to set a tone like, hey, yeah, I got it. Our culture says the guy has to take care of this and this and that, and this has been ingrained in our culture. But once you get serious, it's a give and take. It is a give and take. The person should know that the person that they're going to set as their husband, has the authority, has the ability to stand, has the ability to support and take care and protect the family. But you also want to make sure that you're playing a part too. It has to be a give and take. So when you go off and you venture into this world, say if one of you guys can't no longer work, or you get injured or taken out, you got to be able to stand also. So this practicing of receiving, being able to receive things from people is paramount. It's so important because that's how God brings gifts. That's how God brings blessings. That it's through people where you hear the words of affirmation. People that have watched your journey and said to you, wow, amazing job. And here's the reason why I think it was an amazing job. Acts of kindness, acts of service, acts of kindness, where you are now setting yourself up so people can give to you. People want to be blessed. It's a joy to give. God so loved the world that he gave his most precious and amazing gift so we may have life. So why in the world would you want to deny someone the opportunity to delight in giving, to do for you? Now, mind you, all this is being said, but it's all being said with the understanding that there are very real traumas in people's past. So let's make that clear. Some people have been through some real crap. And since they've been through some real crap, it's hard. It's hard for them to continue to trust people where they have seen time and time again, maybe from their parents, their original source of love and support and taking care of you. We have seen that lack of care and or abuse there. We know those stories. And then when you go out into the world and you venture into this love thing, you find that, people are real self-centered. Your examples of when you're younger, it bleeds into your examples as you get older, and you will lean towards a particular type of person, and you're wondering why these things are not working out or in your favor, or is this how relationships really are? Is it really this? And you accept it as, well, this is kind of how they are. But they're supposed to be greater. Remember, love is nurturing someone into new possibilities. The people that you connect with are filled with information that either one, you know that you don't know, and information that exists that you have no clue about. So you would want to be excited about having conversations with people, seeing their perspective on things. And even as hard as it is in the moment, even to be corrected by people, let people bring to light the things that you're doing that's off. And if it's something that's just off to them due to how they were brought up, talk about it. So often we get so wrapped up in the offense and defending this ego of ours is that we don't stop and think that, hey, wait a minute. Either one, I'm doing something that I'm unaware of because I love this person, so I wouldn't want to throw this person off. Or two, the person is receiving the information or thing that I'm doing in a particular way that they grew up. Why wouldn't you want to talk about that? You would want to talk about that stuff because that's where the power is. That's where the answers come along. That's where you're feeling that extra, spring to your step. And even though the moment, in that particular moment, to be corrected it throws you off. It hurts your heart maybe, but stop, pause. We said, remember that you acknowledge the pause that comes before you might assume something, the pause that comes before you might accuse someone of something, and the pause that comes when you know you're about to use some words that are harsh. You want to practice being kind and being patient, because when you fall short of the glory, don't you want God to treat you that way? You be begging for mercy. You be begging and thanking him for his grace. You asking for his forgiveness. And you want to be forgiven. So why in the world would you take that mindset and position that you can't be forgiven when it comes to relationships, especially someone that you say you love? Someone that you say you love. And what example are you, the way you react, and how is that bleeding into the kids that are around when they see it? The hurt that your partner will feel and then display afterwards. The hurt that you may feel and how you're carrying yourself afterwards. Your family feeds and receives all that stuff from you. So it would always be in your best interest to respond with kindness, to respond with patience, and to have an environment in your home where you can talk about anything. And now imagine your relationship with your kids. You would want your kids to talk about the things that they're going on. I mean, times have changed and their world is just different than the world I grew up in. So you want them to feel free and say, hey, mom and dad, these are the things I'm going through. Or if I'm going through stuff and I'm dealing with my parents, I want to be able to say, hey, mom and dad, this is stuff I'm dealing with. Give me your perspective, your take on things. And if they see things wrong in me, let them confront me and say, hey, what's up with this move? You got to set up these environments for communication, because that is where love is. It's receiving and it's giving, receiving and giving. And it's filled with love, and it's filled with power, and it's filled with really new possibilities. Really new possibilities. All right, so let's get into the second question. So we talked about receiving, we talked about God, you having a relationship with God, and let that be one of the most important things in your life, because He's going to shape the way you see the world around you, how you see yourself, and how you deal with people and situations. He has the best way, because He sees all. He sees all, the whole entire picture, where we as individuals and everyone that we're connected to only see in part. We only have a sliver. We only have a sliver of information, of all the information that's out in the world. So don't be so set in your ways with your way being right because it worked in the past a particular way time and time again. Your way still isn't the standard for the world around you. Write that in the thing. Write that in the comments. Your way of thinking is not the standard for the world around you. It's not the standard. It's not. All right. Let's get